Hey everybody, and thanks for tuning into ME Squared! This is the go-to show for any of your science need-to-knows. Today's episode is on the very exciting topic of chemical versus physical changes. Before we start, let's go over to Mad Scientist Murphy for some pre-show vocab.
Hey guys, it's Mad Scientist Murphy here. Ready to learn some vocab? I hope you brought a pen and some paper because these words are Paul-tastic. Aw, I wish I could hold a pen. Okay, the first word you need to know is physical change. This is only a change in the physical properties of a substance, like color, shape, state of matter. There are more, but you get the point. The next word is chemical changes. A chemical change results in the formation of a new chemical substance. So in the end, what you started with no longer exists. Ooh, a squirrel! Be right back!
Alright, we'll check back in with him in a bit. So let's start with physical change, which is, like Murphy said, a change in the physical properties of a substance. Yeah, so basically a physical change can be identified if the substance itself doesn't change. Exactly. So like water boiling, cutting hair,
Paper ripping,
or an ice cube melting. All those are examples of physical changes. And what makes them physical is the substance itself doesn't change. Hair is still hair. Ice is still ice, just in liquid form. And water is still water, just at a higher temperature.
Way to get your science on, ME squared. When you were talking about an ice cube melting, that was a perfect example of phase change, which is when a substance changes from one state of matter to another, like solid to liquid, but with no chemical change. Melting is the process where solids turn into liquids. Freezing is when you take the heat out of a liquid and it changes into a solid. Evaporation is where an increase in heat causes a liquid to turn into a gas. All of these are phase changes, which means they are also physical changes. So, all phase changes are physical changes, but not all physical changes are phase changes.
So we've covered physical change, and the next topic is chemical changes. Chemical changes are a little bit more exciting because after the reaction occurs, the entire substance has completely changed. Yeah, so we end up with something different than what we started with. Like an explosion, something rusting, muffins baking, and fireworks. Those are some examples of chemical changes. Okay, so we know that we can identify a physical change if the substance itself doesn't change, but how do we recognize a chemical change?
You can identify a chemical change if the substance produces a gas,
Experiences a color change,
or forms a precipitate. And a precipitate is where you mix two solutions and a solid is formed.
Let's go see our mad scientist Murphy for some chemical change vocab. Ow! 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 Ow!
Did you miss me? Okay, so you just learned some super cool things about chemical changes, so let's clear some stuff up. Rusting and combustion are two examples of chemical changes. Combustion is exploding, and rusting is the forming of a reddish-brown material on iron that involves water. Hope that helped. Man, I need a nap.
Now that we're all on the same page, let's get to the fun stuff. Demo time! We're about to do a really cool demo experiment for physical and chemical changes. Our first experiment is a physical change. We are doing the Mentos and Coke experiment, which is super simple but still super fun.
Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
This is an example of a physical change because although it looks like an explosion is happening, it's not. In fact, all that is happening is the carbonated air is separating from the Coke drink. The Coke will still be Coke, and the soda bubbles will still be bubbles, but they're just separated now.
The separation that's taking place causes the fun explosion effect that's happening.
That was a pretty cool physical change. Now it's time for a chemical reaction demo.
As we know, we can tell if something goes through a chemical change if it changes color, releases a gas, or forms a precipitate.
And today we will be using glow sticks to demonstrate our chemical change, and it will be experiencing a color change.
So let's get started.
Welcome to the lab! We are wearing goggles and gloves to protect our eyes and skin from the substance inside the glow sticks.
And also, do not try this at home, especially if you don't have the right equipment.
These are just ordinary glow sticks that every kid wears on Halloween, and you can just get these at the dollar store. So there's nothing special about them. To activate any glow stick, you have to crack it, twist it, or snap it to see the glowing effect. But what really goes on inside of these plastic tubes?
There are actually two tubes in a glow stick. The outer tube that you hold that also contains a clear liquid, and the inner tube that contains the glowing substance. When you crack the glow stick, the cracking noise you hear comes from the inner tube breaking and then releasing the glowing substance. When the clear liquid and the glowing liquid mix, a chemical reaction occurs and boom, you have a glow stick. But ordinary glow sticks are kind of boring.
So let's kick this up a notch. Okay, so we just broke a bunch of glow sticks and we emptied them out into a bowl, and we're about to pour them down our super cool truck.
Weren't those reactions doggone awesome? I wish I could have helped, but as you probably figured out by now, I'm just the vocab guy. ME Square haven't promoted me to Labrador yet. Get it? Labrador? Fine, whatever. I thought it was funny. Moving on. That last chemical change that was just demonstrated in front of your very eyes was not just a chemical change, it was also a chemical reaction. But you know what? Ha! They're the exact same thing. Basically, anything that goes through a chemical change also goes through a chemical reaction. Well, that does it for me. Mad Scientist Murphy, out.
Okay, so we've taught you everything you need to know about physical and chemical changes.
You know what time it is?
Review time! This is the game where you put your new science skills to the test.
This is basically where we find out who's actually been paying attention.
Let's get started. Question number 1. Physical changes only affect the physical properties of a substance.
A, true, or B, false.
You have 10 seconds. Good luck.
The correct answer is A, but that was an easy one.
Next question.
Question 2. What is the sign that a chemical change has occurred?
A, a color change. B, a gas released. C, a precipitate is formed. Or D, all of the above.
You have 10 seconds.
The correct answer is D. What is a phase change?
A, when the moon goes from new moon to crescent to half moon to full moon. B, when an animal changes shape and grows into something new, like a butterfly. C, when a substance changes from one state of matter to another. Or D, when an ice cube melts.
You have 10 seconds. Good luck.
Go!
If you answered C, you are right. Good job. Thanks for tuning into
ME Squared! Hopefully we've taught you a little something about physical and chemical changes.
We'll see you next time.